Hello friend, how are you doing today? My name is Mary, this is Happilyeveresch, and today I am checking in. We're gonna see how I've been doing on my 2020 reading goals. I made a 2020 reading goals video this year. I posted it probably in January sometimes, maybe in December, I don't know. It'll be linked in the card right there if you want to go watch it, and also down in the description box below. But I'm really bad at goals. I am a really optimistic person and I go all gung-ho in, but then like one tiny thing like trips me up and I'm just like, throw it all out, who cares. So I tried to make goals that I felt like I could very much achieve. So yeah, let's check in, let's see how I'm doing. Now, my couple TBRs that I did for this, I think the classics one was really the one that I did for the whole year. We're not talking about that because I have not read one of those classic books. I only gave myself 5. We'll have to do some thinking about those books, and we're not talking about that, just the goals, okay? So let's hop on into it. So my first goal was to have some sort of like tracking system, kind of a daily tracking system to help me with little goals, whether they pertained to reading or not. I had a little pre-made kind of thing that you could fill in and you could check every day. I have failed dramatically in doing that. I think from this little experiment that I did, I realized that daily trackers are not great for me. One, if I don't do the thing every day, I get really discouraged and then don't want to track it anymore because I feel like I failed if I miss a day. And I can't get myself to believe that it's okay. Like, these are things that we are trying to make a daily habit of, but to do 8 of these things every day is probably somewhat unrealistic. Like, life happens, work, babies, husbands, they all get in the way. But yeah, it was making me feel worse about myself and not helping me in actually wanting to do the things that I was setting goals for myself. So I've kind of thrown that to the side. It might be something that I revisit if I can figure out how to make it work into my life a little better. But I have started a bullet journal, which I said in that video. There was no way I was doing a bullet journal. It was too much work, but I've honestly kind of found a system that works well for me. I get to have a little fun and do some art. I'll show you my like beginning spread. So this was like an 80s kind of vibe theme that I started out with. I did like a road trip theme in April. In May, I just did pretty flowers. This was inspired by Amanda over at the Curly Reader. I'll link her down below. She does such fun reading journals. And then June, I did like hanging basket flowers. I had some washi, is that what it's called? Washi tape that kind of inspired that. And then this month I did like love, rainbows. That was kind of something that I just did out of my own mind, and it's not as cute as some of the other ones, but I've been like loving those like big U rainbows that have been all over the place. So that was the inspiration there. But then my like actual pages are just more writing. Sometimes I'll like give myself a little like boxes just to like doodle in, but the actual like substance of my journal is pretty low maintenance, and so I think that that's worked for me really well. It's been good to like keep like a place where I can jot down things that I've been loving in the month, video ideas, books I want to read. I can take notes on my wrap up, but then I like also like I put like a routine in here, and so I can throw personal stuff in there as well. And so this has just really been working out well for me, and so that was really exciting to kind of find a bullet journal tracking system that I liked. And this also works really well for me because I still work and I have a separate work planner, and so I don't need to make like full month planning schedules because I'm not putting my work stuff in there. There's a separate planner for that. So yeah, this has just worked wonders for me, and I've really enjoyed keeping up with it. I get to be a little artistic and fun, but it's not too time consuming. And then I also keep like just a log in this book of all the books that I've read. This has, from starting in 2015, I didn't start it then, I started it last year, but I just went back because I have all of my Goodreads books tracked until 2015, so I just went in and put like my reading list in, and I hope to just fill this all up with like all the books that I've read. So that's kind of another way that I track my reading that I've still been going strong with. It's really easy. I think if you want to like start tracking your reading, just start writing the books down, and then I put little stars next to the ones I've really loved, and then like a little sad face next to ones that I really didn't, just to kind of, you know, gauge my feelings. But yeah, that's been how I've been tracking my reading, and it's been working really well for me thus far. I've done March, April, May, June, July, 5 months in my bullet journal, which is the longest I've ever gone tracking anything consistently in my notebook. So I am very proud of myself about that. So all that to be said, it's not exactly what I envisioned when I made that goal, but I love how that goal has transformed to work for my reading life. It's been a joy. Goal number 2 is to read from my shelves. I had a little jar of prompts that I was hoping to use, and while I haven't kept on with those prompts, they were a great way to get me started being excited about the books on my shelves and to be picking books that I wouldn't normally, but just getting into Booktube and different readathons and things that kind of just naturally happen where I pulled books off my shelf. So I was doing really great in the beginning of the year, and then COVID hit, and it made it kind of a necessity to read from my shelves. And while COVID has been really hard and terrible, there has been a small positive effect on my reading and this goal for me. So I guess that's definitely a benefit, but I've read majority books from my shelves this year, which has been amazing. I'm very excited that I've been able to stick more to this goal than I ever have, and I hope that continues to be a positive progression for me in the rest of 2020. Our libraries are back open, but it's not something I'm still like walking around perusing the shelves. It's more like if I want a book, I reserve it and then go pick it up. So yeah, it's worked. That goal has been a home run so far. I'm very proud to have stuck to reading from my shelves. I had a Goodreads goal of reading 40 books. Right now, July 5th is when I'm recording this. I have read 38 books, so I am well on my way to completing that goal. I'm hoping to double it and read 80 books this year, so that's kind of a new goal, unwritten goal. I'm not going to actually change it on Goodreads, but I would love to get to 80 books this year. That would be the most books that I've read probably since I was in the 4th grade doing the accelerated reader challenge, and I read 100 and some odd books that year. But if I read 80 books this year, man, I'd be so happy. So new goal, 80 books, and we're getting there. Goal number 4 was to kind of develop a reading rhythm into my life, kind of a set time that I read every day. That has not happened for me so far, at least not consistently. There will be times where I will be reading in the morning pretty consistently, or in the evenings pretty consistently, but it's just not something that I do every day and it's worked into my schedule. It kind of seems to come and go in seasons, and I think I need to just be okay with that, with where I'm at in my life. And we've had as a world lots of changes, working from home, going back to work. At least my work is starting to do visits and in-person social worky things again, and so yeah, there's been a lot of changes, and I think my reading has reflected that, and I think that's okay. I will say my most consistent reading time is when I'm driving and listening to audiobooks. That is my reading rhythm. If I'm in the car, I'm listening to audiobooks, and it's something that I've been really intentional trying to fit back in and get that back in my life as I'm driving more for work again, to make sure that time is protected reading time, and I might just need to be okay with that. I'm still striving to find a time daily to physically read, but thus far it hasn't quite been a consistent everyday thing yet. I typically tend to read before bed. I also typically tend to read in a lunch break time, midday. But yeah, we'll see how we can continue to work that goal into our life, but I'll say it was okay. I've done okay, and I might just need to be okay with protected driving time being audiobook time. Goal 5 was to post once a week on Booktube. I have done pretty okay with this goal. When I wrote it, or made it up and I recorded it in that video, I think I was really trying to have it once per week. And while I've posted more videos this year than there have been weeks this year, it hasn't always been exactly weekly. So there's definitely not a rhythm to my posting. I don't post the same time every week or on the same day every week, but I have been consistent. I did take a little break in June, but that was an intentional break. It wasn't like me just not doing it. So I would say I've done okay on this goal as well. I do think I would like to kind of develop a posting schedule. I think that would just be helpful for me, fitting it into my life and scheduling it into my life. But I'm not an organizer. I'm not a scheduler. I kind of fly by the seat of my pants in a lot of aspects of my life, and Booktube is no different, and it's working well. But I would like to see if I could develop more of a posting schedule, but it's not something that I feel super strong about. I've done well enough on that goal, and just can hope to continue to post weekly-ish going forward. So we'll see when we do an end of the year check-in if I've figured out a different way to work this into my life and to be more consistent, but it's not something I'm gonna like stress about. Goal 6 was to vlog once a month. I have posted a couple vlogs. I've loved making them, but it's not something that I've consistently done monthly. So that is something I want to do in the latter half of the year, is actually do it consistently. I posted a couple vlogs from like a couple weekends, and it was a lot of fun. I love vlogging. I love having that piece of my life to go back and look at, and I really love vlogging around events. I will say COVID again has kind of put a little bit of a wrench in my vlogging hopes and plans, because we're not going home and seeing family, and we're not, you know, doing events out in the community or having camping things, or, you know, we're kind of not doing all of this stuff because of COVID. I guess we'll see later in the year, as we are living in a world with COVID and we're figuring out how to use masks and safety precautions out in the world, if that will kind of change. But yeah, maybe just figuring out different ways to vlog, because like I said, I've loved the vlogs that I've posted. I'll link them down below and in the cards in case you're interested. They don't seem to be the most popular videos or the most well-watched videos, but they're some of my favorite to make, so I just don't care, and I think I should just continue to make them, because I enjoy doing it, and they're the most valuable videos for me to get to go back and look and see. So and I love watching people's vlogs. I think vlogs are so much fun, so we'll see how that continues to kind of fit. But I'm hoping, you know, even if there's not a lot of events and things going on in the latter half of the year, how we can make it fit and work with the world that we're living in right now. So I've done okay on that goal. And then the last goal, goal number 7, is to just have fun, to not compare, to enjoy Booktube. And I really feel like I've done that this year. I honestly feel like this is one of my most successful goals. Not perfect. I never think that there is perfection or like we've arrived, but I've made new Booktube friends. I've done more buddy reads this year than I ever have, and they've been so much fun. My reading life has been so fun because I'm in a in real life book club, and even though our in real life book club has been a virtual book club, which is kind of interesting, I've just loved my reading here this year. I've loved rediscovering books, and last year having a baby, books just, I had a different relationship with them. I was tired in my restful time, and so I didn't really want to be sitting and reading a book, so it just made me more tired and want to sleep. And so refiguring out how books fit into my life and how I can enjoy them, and then I've had to refigure that out a couple times this year as the world has been changing, but it's been a joy. All of it's been a joy, so much fun. And I can't wait for my reading for the next half of this year. I can't wait to continue chatting with you all about books and chatting with my other Booktube friends about books on their channels. It's all been a joy, or most of it has been a joy. And yeah, I love this little part of the internet. I'm so glad that you all are here. Thank you so much for watching. My goals, again, were a little more, what am I trying to say? you know, not super concrete, a little bit more open to interpretation out there, if you will. So it kind of is helpful because I can just grade myself and judge myself and not feel super beholden to hitting exact numbers or things. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please like this video if you enjoyed. Please subscribe if you want more videos from me. We have lots of fun over on this little bookish corner of the internet. I hope that you're having a great start to July. I hope that you're having a great reading year, and continue to have one in the rest of 2020. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. I think I've worn my Head in the Heart shirt in like, I don't know, at least 3 videos, but I'm obsessed. So, all right, friends. Bye.